hold on, pause real quick. Nobody cares when they're looking at the salary if they make 25 cents, 10 cents, or 13 cents extra or something. When you're looking at like how much you make in a year and stuff, if you're looking at per hour, you might pay attention to how, like if you make 17.50 or 18.95 or something. But if you making like 30, 40, 50,000 and all that, that little bit of change doesn't matter to you. But you still want a percentage anyway, just to calculate it over like a big long time. If you missed that like 25 cents, even if it was just added like $100 at the end of the year, you'd still want to know. So that's why they still keep the .0 format, even though people just care about the dollar and all that. They're not going to run it out. They're not going to round out. They want to know, or like unround it out. Like if it's below like a .4, you know what I'm saying, and like they don't round up the number. Like they're not necessarily going to care about that, but people just want to know the exact dollar amount, and the best way to do it is to include everything. But they don't necessarily need to know like if they make like extra 25 cents a year. So in case you were confused about this, like why they put this for no reason and all that, in situations like this is why they put this. So in a similar situation, I can't think of one right now, this is why you would put a .0 in that position. And like, hold on, null, yes. Null by default is yes. Like by default, people don't care if the table is empty. People don't care if the table's empty. People don't care if the table's empty. People don't care if the table's empty. Like ID and title, like certain things, like so, like we have to know your name at a job. We have to know your name at a job. We have to know your name at a job. Like this can't be empty. Like in the workplace, we can't have people not knowing what to call you. In the workplace, we can't have people knowing what to call you. In the workplace, we can't have people knowing what to call you. The salary and your maximum salary, nobody needs to know this. Nobody needs to know this. Nobody needs to know this. You just gotta apply logic, and then it'll be easier when you're making tables to know why you're doing certain things in the table. You just gotta keep practicing, practicing, and practicing, and practicing until you get better at it. Okay, I think. Oh yeah. All right, max salary decimal 6.0. Alright, and the same exact thing except it's max salary. And oops. Check max salary is less than 25,000. And you're not going to see that on this screen. We're going to work that later in the tutorial, but basically the max salary is 25,000, max salary is 25,000, max salary is 25,000. So no high schooler should be making more than 25,000. No high schooler should be making more than 25,000. No high schooler should be making more than 25,000. And like real quick, I know I've rambled too much about that high school thing in the last video, but according to labor laws, high schoolers can't even work like over 20 hours a week anyway. So like off some legal stuff, like ooh, I almost cursed. I almost cursed. Off some stuff like that, like if they go over 25,000, you might want to observe it. Make sure like you're not in trouble with like the law and all that. So that's why that's there. You just learn random stuff like making tables for people and stuff and random limits. So alright, and that's the end of that problem. Okay, I had to pause to check how much time I have. Alright, next problem. Close. Write a SQL statement to create a table named countries, including columns country ID, country underscore name, region ID, and make sure no countries except Italy, India, and China will be entered in that table. Okay. Alright. Blah 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 blah. Alright, same exact thing. Alright, create table of not exist countries, parentheses, country underscore ID, varchar 2, comma space, country name, varchar, parentheses 40. Check parentheses, country name in. Huh? Oh yeah, remember that thing? It just loads because it has multiple tools on it. So like certain tools or something might load faster or later. Alright. Parentheses, country name in parentheses, apostrophe Italy, comma space, apostrophe India, comma space, apostrophe China, parentheses, parentheses, region underscore ID, decimal parentheses, 10, comma, 0, parentheses, semicolon. I didn't mean to like just say this in a bad explanation way. I think I explained it in the previous video, so I'm not going to bother with that. Alright, so what this basically means is update countries, update countries, update countries, parentheses, this is the whole container, whole container, semicolon, close it all, close it all, close it all. Country ID, 2 characters, comma space, next line.